Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room, a grocery store, an office, a family gathering, and within 5 minutes felt like every nerve in your body was on fire? Like the lights were too bright, the noise was too loud, the smells were wrong, and someone asking you a simple question felt like an attack. That's sensory overload, and it's not weakness, it's not being dramatic, and it's definitely not something you should just push through. Today, I'm giving you a 5-tool survival kit for exactly those moments. Welcome to Wisdom from the Porch. I'm GP. This is Wisdom from the Porch. Your nervous system is a filter. In neurotypical adults, that filter runs quietly in the background, sorting incoming sensory data, flagging what matters, discarding the rest. In neurodivergent brains, especially ADHD and highly sensitive person profiles, that filter runs wider. More data comes through, at higher intensity, with less automatic sorting. This isn't a malfunction. Evolutionarily, this was an advantage. Neurodivergent nervous systems are extraordinary threat detectors, pattern recognizers, and environmental readers. The problem is that modern life generates more sensory input than the human nervous system was ever designed to process, and your filter is catching all of it. When you hit overload, your threat response activates. Fight, flight, or freeze. Your cortisol spikes. Your cognitive capacity drops. Decision-making becomes nearly impossible. And if you stay in that environment, pushing through, white-knuckling it, you burn neurological resources at an accelerated rate. The solution is not toughening up. The solution is having tools ready before the overload peaks. Here are 5. Tool 1, the sensory anchor. Before you enter a high-stimulation environment, identify one sensory input you can control and hold on to. A specific scent, a small roll-on you keep in your pocket, a smooth stone or fidget tool, a song in your earbuds, something that registers to your nervous system as safe and familiar. When overload starts building up, return to that anchor. It gives your nervous system a known signal to orient around instead of trying to process everything at once. Tool 2, the 20% rule for social environments. When you're in a social environment that's draining, a party, a work event, a family dinner, decide before you go in what 20% you're willing to spend. Not all of yourself, 20%. Engage for that window, then find a legitimate reason to step away for 10 minutes. Bathroom break, phone call, getting a drink. Not hiding, recovering. 10 minutes of low stimulation recovery can extend your functional capacity by an hour. Tool 3, visual noise reduction. One of the fastest ways to reduce overload is reducing visual input. Sunglasses, even indoors if you can manage it without being weird. Sitting with your back to the room instead of facing it. Choosing a seat near a wall instead of in the center. These aren't antisocial moves. They're nervous system accommodations. The less visual data flooding your system, the more capacity you have for the interaction you're actually there for. Tool 4, the 5-4-3-2-1 ground. This is a classic, but it works. When overload is peaking, in a bathroom stall, in your car, anywhere you can get 30 seconds, name 5 things you can see, 4 you can physically feel, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. It interrupts the threat response by forcing your prefrontal cortex back online. You're not calming down through willpower. You're giving your brain a sensory task that reconnects it to the present moment instead of overwhelm. And tool 5, the decompression protocol. This one is for after the grocery run, after the workday, after the family event. Build in 20 minutes of no input time before your transition into the next thing. Not scrolling, not a podcast. Silence or instrumental music, somewhere low stimulation. No demands, no decisions. What you're doing is allowing your nervous system to discharge the backlog of processed stimuli. Think of it like closing browser tabs that are running in the background. The decompression window makes you significantly more functional for whatever comes next. And it's the single most underused recovery tool in the Neurodivergent toolkit. Your nervous system isn't the problem. The mismatch between your nervous system and the environments designed without you in mind, that's the problem. These tools can fix the mismatch. They give you what you need to navigate it without burning yourself down. Your next one step? Pick one tool and deploy it this week. Just one. The sensory anchor is the easiest starting point. Find your object or your scent and carry it with you. See what shifts. Thursday, we're getting into money and ADHD, and I'm not holding back. And as always, thank you to Cloud Microphones for supporting these conversations. This has been Wisdom from the Porch. I'm GP. You're always welcome on the porch.